I've been riding the new Adventure 390 for a couple of days and I will just describe how you should be treating this motorcycle. So this is an adventure motorcycle, right? As the name says. थोड़ा सा मैं बस आपको ये बोलूँगा कि एडवेंचर इंडिया में स्पेशली काफ़ी ज़्यादा लोग टूरिंग को ही एडवेंचर ले लेते हैं, बट एडवेंचर इज़ अ लिटिल मोर देन दैट एज वेल. सो सिर्फ टूरिंग नहीं है, रोड एंड होता है तो आप थोड़ा सा और आगे जा सको, थोड़ा सा और अपने आप को पुश कर सको, थोड़ा सा और अनसीन प्लेसेस जा सको एंड मे बी यू कैन गो टू सम ऑफ बीटन पाथ्स एज वेल. सो दैट इज़ द ट्रू form of an adventure. The second part of an adventure is how you can carry your luggage on the motorcycle, because obviously you are going on multi-day trips. तो थोड़ा बहुत सामान वगैरह तो बांधने की अपने पास स्पेस होनी चाहिए. So keeping these things in mind, how you should be treating our adventure motorcycle, I will just start talking about what are the big positives of this bike. First of all, the biggest improvement is the new engine. This engine is very good on almost all kinds of places I used it at. I tried it in the city, on the highways, on the off-road trails and everything. So engine में एक इतना रिमार्केबल इंप्रूवमेंट है. जैसे मैंने अभी हिल भी ट्राई किया था चढ़ने का, तो आप इजीली क्रॉल करके आप चढ़ जाते हो एंड बाइक स्टॉल नहीं होती है, एनफ टॉर्क देती है एंड वो इस बाइक का आई थिंक बिगेस्ट हाईलाइट है. ऑल्दो दिस बाइक हैज़ गॉट 3 मोड्स. सो 3 मोड्स अलग अलग मैंने जो ट्राई किए. एक है रेन में काफ़ी डोसाइल हो जाती है. थ्रॉटल रिस्पॉन्स के बाद देयर इज़ अ डिले. आई थिंक 1.5 सेकेंड का मुझे डिले भी फील हुआ है. स्ट्रीट मोड इज समथिंग विच इज़ गुड फॉर ऑलमोस्ट एवरी सिचुएशन एंड ऑफ रोड इज समथिंग विच इज़ वेरी पेपी. द मोमेंट यू गिव इट गैस इट वॉन्ट्स टू गो फास्ट. ऑल्दो हो सकता है लुक्स में आपको ये थोड़ी सी बल्की लग रही हो, बट द बाइक इज़ वेरी नैरो फ्रॉम हेयर. इट इज़ वेरी मैनेजेबल. तो अगर आप कहीं पे रुकते भी हो, पीछे भी लेते हो, आगे भी करते हो, तो मैंने देखा बहुत ही मैनेजेबल है इसका फॉर्म फैक्टर. डिज़ाइन की अगर मैं बात करूँगा, ऑब्वियसली इट्स अ वेरी नीट लुकिंग डिज़ाइन. इट्स अ डाकार रैली इंस्पायर्ड डिज़ाइन. I really like such kind of motorcycles. The only feel I think missing is that the tail is too narrow. I would have preferred if the tail was a little wider, which would have been better than what it looks now right now. But थोड़ा सा अगर जैसे फ्रंट भी आप देखोगे, so whenever you are riding the motorcycle, you feel that it's a big machine that you're riding. Although it's very slim, it feels like a street bike actually. But with the big fairing and all, ये पूरा जो वाइजर क्लस्टर वगैरह जो यहाँ पे है, it gives you a very big bike feeling, and which I think is a very good feel when you're riding a motorcycle, because you're spending almost 4.5 lakhs on this bike, and you would want to have a motorcycle which feels very nice. The traction control is very nice in off-road mode. The traction control is not very obtrusive. ज़्यादा इंटरफेयर नहीं करेगा आपकी राइडिंग के साथ. एंड ABS, आई विश फ्रंट का भी ऑफ करने का ऑप्शन होता. मुझे अभी तक सेटिंग्स में नहीं मिला है, हो सकता है हो भी, बट रियर तो ऑफ रहता है, विच इज़ अ गुड थिंग. मैंने हाईवे पे इस पर क्रूज़ कंट्रोल भी ट्राई किया. आई फेल्ट की क्रूज़ कंट्रोल भी काफ़ी ईजिली चल जाता है. एक इसका यहाँ पे ऊपर एंगेजमेंट बटन है, यू प्रेस इट तो क्रूज़ कंट्रोल स्टार्ट हो जाता है, एंड देन उसके बाद यू नीड टू सेट द स्पीड. ब्रेक करते ही वो एकदम क्रूज़ कंट्रोल ड्रॉप भी हो जाएगा. देन यू कैन रीसेट इट. सो वंस यू रीसेट इट, यू कैन ईजिली रोल ऑन द हाईवेज, smaller roads, wherever you want to roll. So it's a very convenient feature for especially the tourers out there who would love to do multiple miles, many miles in a day, and they would be very comfortable when they are not just keeping the throttle hand active all the time. Another big feature I think is this floating disc. Floating disc gives you the advantage of lesser rotating mass. थोड़ा हीट डिसिपेशन वगैरह भी ऐसे साइंटिफिकली बोला जाता है बेटर है. आई एम श्योर इट इज़ गुड बिकॉज द परफॉर्मेंस इज़ रियली गुड. एक बार मुझे ऐसा फील नहीं हुआ कि ब्रेकिंग परफॉर्मेंस में कहीं ना कहीं कुछ ना कुछ कम पड़ रहा है. सो ओवरऑल very good braking performance. Then let's come to the biggest factor in this bike is the suspension. This is adjustable, and I tried different settings on it. I tried it on the regular roads, so around 15 clickers for both rebound and compression. They worked really well. And in the trails, I tried the 20 setting and I went to a 22-23 setting in a very rocky surface जहाँ पे मैं usually अपना suspension वगैरह test करता हूँ. So overall suspension was fantastic, and आई फील सस्पेंशन एक ऐसी चीज़ है जो अगर अच्छा होगा तो आपको इतना कंफर्ट बढ़ जाता है दैट यू डोंट फील अ लॉट ऑफ जर्क्स, एंड बाइक पे ज़्यादा झटके नहीं आते. आपको आर्म पंप भी कम होगा, एंड यू आर ऑलवेज स्टेबल एंड मोर कंफर्टेबल. एज आई सेड इनिशियली, दिस इज़ नॉट एन ऑफ रोड मशीन, दिस इज़ एन एडवेंचर मशीन. सो ऑफ रोड अगर आप करना चाहते हो इस पर, डेफिनेटली इट्स अ वेरी नाइस मशीन. ऑलमोस्ट एवरीथिंग वी थ्रू एट इट. सब कुछ इसने ईजिली कर दिया, सब कुछ बढ़िया किया इससे, बहुत मज़ा भी आ रहा था. सिर्फ ये मुझे लगा सस्पेंशन ट्रैवल थोड़ा सा कम है. एक दो जगह बॉटम आउट भी हुई, थोड़ा सा हाई स्पीड पे मेरा बाइक लिफ्ट हुआ व्हेन इट लैंडेड. आई फेल्ट दैट द फ्रंट वाज बॉटमिंग आउट, एंड सेकंड आई फेल्ट द ग्राउंड क्लियरेंस इज ऑल्सो अ लिटिल लो. सो रॉक्स में मैं एक जगह पे चला रहा था जहाँ मैं सस्पेंशन में ट्यून करके चेक कर रहा था. सो वहाँ पे एक दो बार नीचे से रॉक्स तो हिट हुए हैं. आई थिंक if you are using an adventure bike जो आप एकदम hardcore off-road usage नहीं करने वाले हो, then it's doable, it's not a problem, it is okay. If you think that this is a hardcore off-road motorcycle, then this will be a wrong thing that you are picking. So as an adventure bike, it performed flawlessly. Next we'll come to the seat comfort. So I tested with a pillion also. The rider comfort is really good. The maximum I rode was I think almost an hour, and after 1 hour I felt more than the seat, it was a cramped seating position that was troubling me more. And I feel कि थोड़ा सा, I think once I remove the foot peg rubbers, I will get some more space for my knees. I am 179 centimeters tall, so थोड़ा सा मुझे लगा I think the comfort is a little lesser. Maybe if I have a higher seat up to here, I would be more happier on that kind of a seat. Pillion seat is very thin, very narrow, and it does not have a lot of cushioning as well. So within I think 10-15 kilometers, my pillion was telling me that it's not a very comfortable machine. Other tidbits that I really liked on the bike is this serrated brake lever. Then there's a foldable gear shifter as well. All these things, they help you in off-roading and whenever you're adventure riding. So definitely a good thing, especially this fat bar is also there, which is a big positive when you're riding a motorcycle off-road, because you're bound to fall, you're bound to crash. At that time, this kind of a handlebar, the fat bar, is going to definitely help you a lot. One of the biggest positives, I would say, which is not really seen on many motorcycles, is these mirrors. These mirrors are absolutely fantastic. They have very good view, very good coverage. There's hardly any vibration, and I would say I got a very good view, and this is something which I would love to use all the time. So big positive for the mirrors. One thing about the engine which I think is going to be troubling for many people is the vibrations which come from the engine, especially in the first 3 gears, and that too around 4 to 5,000 RPM. If you're using it as an everyday motorcycle, that is the RPM and gears that you're going to use the most, and that time the vibrations from the engine on the foot pegs is a lot, and I felt that should have been something which should have been taken care of. I don't know how it can be done. Maybe after few services it will go down, but as of now this bike has done around 1500 kilometers, and I feel that the vibes are a lot, and I would prefer if there was a way to reduce it. Another thing that I liked about the motorcycle was the capability on the highways. You can easily cruise 120, 130 all day. I do not feel any strain on the motor. The engine is very linear. The power delivery is very linear. It is not very jerky, especially in streetboard. So that is where when you're touring, when you're adventure riding, that will give you a lot of confidence, and that will not give you a lot of headache. It will not make you think too much about what kind of throttle position you are in or how much throttle you are giving. So overall इंजन की परफॉर्मेंस जो कैरेक्टर है वो बहुत ही सूटेबल है फॉर टूरिंग एंड एडवेंचर राइडिंग. वन थिंग विच आई डिड नॉट लाइक अबाउट दिस बाइक was this design of the grab rails. It does not look neat, it does not look good. However, my pillion said that they were very functional, they were very usable. This console is like Dakar console on the Dakar bike. So it is high, it is tall, and you can see it even when you're standing and riding. Left side switch gear पे बहुत सारे buttons हैं, but you need to get used to it. So there is a button which directly engages the mode. Then there is some 3 buttons for cruise control. Then there is selector, enter, go back, all these things. And उसके बीच में कहीं पे एक जगह पे हॉर्न का बटन है, जो इनिशियली 10-15 बार तो मैं क्रूज कंट्रोल रीसेट करते करते हॉर्न बजा रहा था गलती से. बेसिकली आई वुड हैव प्रेफर्ड इफ द हॉर्न बटन वाज अ लिटिल बिगर, because as of now the button is as small as the other buttons. So maybe a bigger horn button would have really helped, but I think again थर्ड टाइम आप चलाओगे थोड़ी आदत हो जाएगी तो आपको पता रहेगा कहाँ पे उसका हॉर्न का बटन है. एक मुझे नेगेटिव फैक्टर लगा जो बहुत ही वियर्ड था. सो व्हेन आई एम स्टैंडिंग ऑन द बाइक, बॉल्स ऑफ द फीट ऑन द फुट पेग्स, जो मेरी हील है वो बार बार जो हमारा साइड स्टैंड है उसको टच करती है, तो मेरे को बहुत अच्छा उसकी वजह से ग्रिप नहीं मिल पा रहा है. वन मोर थिंग दैट दिस बाइक हैज़ गॉन ओनली 4-5 टाइम्स ऑफ रोड, and you can see these wide panels, they have already started going brown. I tried cleaning it, I also could not get this brown part out. And just imagine you are using it for adventure riding and trails and everything, and the bike, it does not look new. Let's also talk about the windscreen. The windscreen is very tall, and when I was sitting on the highways, I felt that the wind was coming right. I'm 179 centimeters, so the wind was directly coming to my face. It was not creating any buffeting, but I felt when you're in the city or when you're doing lower speeds, there is no wind flow to your chest. Ideally, I think if there was a way to reduce the height, or maybe the windscreen was narrower, then at least some wind could have flown into my arms and my chest, which would be keeping me cooler when I'm doing touring. Since it's a very tall windscreen, in the rains, in the monsoons, anyone who is shorter, he might be seeing a lot through the windscreen, and this is going to get dirty, and then you are going to impair your vision. So if, as I said, if it was adjustable, or maybe this top part was removable, then at least in the monsoons people would have just removed it. The windscreen is not very tall for off-roading. I am okay with it because I am also using a similar motorcycle which is having a very tall windscreen. So I do not feel that this was too big for off-roading. Coming to the ergonomics, I feel when you're seated, the handlebar position and the way the rider triangle is set up, it is very engaging. You don't feel sluggishly into the saddle. You're in an active stance, the elbows go out, and you're always a little forward ahead. But as I said, if you see, I'll just balance the bike. If you see, my legs are getting cramped up. I would have preferred if I was sitting somewhere like this. So that gives me better vision and better ergonomics. But I'm sure there will be an accessory coming out for this bike. Again, when standing up, I feel the ergonomics are good. Overall, I would say it's a neutral stance. It's not very aggressive, and this is something which we can live with. As I said, it's an adventure motorcycle. It's not an out and out off-road motorcycle, so I think it should work. The quick shifter is buttery smooth on this bike. I tried it at high res, I tried it at low res, medium res, and it's obviously one of the key features which you will love on this motorcycle, because it makes your job easier. You don't have to use the clutch except for maybe starting. So overall, that quick shifter also adds a lot of value to this motorcycle. So having good headlights is a big positive, and I'm sure all of you will definitely like this feature of this motorcycle. Another one big update I feel has happened is the way the bike sounds. Earlier, if you know that people never really loved the way a KTM sounded, it had that rattly cut sound. But now this has improved by a large extent. So if you hear this sound, this is not too rattly. This sounds nice, and it does not sound like that older KTMs. Let's say you want to have a bike which is only one bike that you can have in your garage. You want to do touring on it, you want to do city riding, you want to do weekend riding, you want to go off-road. I think this is a bike to go for. You've got tubeless spokes, you've got rider modes, you've got fantastic engine, you've got good ergonomics, and overall I think the adjustability of the suspension, etc., everything is like amazing, and you can really skill up. You can tour a lot of places, and I don't think so you will be complaining about anything on this motorcycle. I've always loved the 390 series because it has got enough grunt, enough power for the Indian roads, and I think this iteration is one of the best that has come out from the KTM stable.